So I am recording from now, and please do with me. I feel that today I'll take a little bit faster class because I want to cover a little bit. Maybe if something is over your head, no worry, because we'll revise those things again. Just I want to make the topic familiar to you, and I guess that this kind of things already known to you because we are using the internet and other things. So I'll talk a little bit about the low levels, okay, of how the data is communicating between the devices. So with that, actually, I want to start from the last last class as well. Okay, so maybe I can talk this way, that even in the last class I have discussed about the how networks impact our daily lives, and already we agree, because as we are now connecting all of you around 107. I don't know that why the student number is less today. So I hope that everybody is good in health, and we can communicate through actually the with the help of this marvelous invention. We call this one as communication or information technology, information and communication technology. So it's all together. It's a good combination of electrical engineer, and the branch of electrical engineer is known as the computer engineers. So it's a combination of hardware and software together. So the very sophisticated softwares are there due to the very powerful hardwares. Okay, so it's really a combination of the work, and due to that we can connect. Actually, as I told you that last class, we also write down something that the network make the telecommunication as individuals, so we can connect all the individuals. It's not like those who have the devices, now they can be connected. So it's common phenomenon, and the devices cost is now reducing. So because of that, the network is now becoming everywhere. So this is a fantastic work, and I gave you a very brief idea about the backbone of the network. So how the network infrastructure can be um, placed. So with this, actually, I showed you that we can have mobile network, we can have global ISPs, we can have regional networks, and sorry, no, I'm doing my task. I want to hide the log. So, so now it's become full screen like this way. So and all together, actually, we did, like, actually we connect every devices through some sophisticated devices. Like, data should be moved from one place to another place, and due to that we use some routers, then we use some links, exactly the same links like the electrical links, and we call this one as network. Exactly the same way the electrical network works, but here the one of the differences is that in the electrical network we have the generator and the consumer, like generator in one side, consumer in another side. That means only one way communication is there from the generator to the consumer ground. The electron moves that way. But in this computer network, or communication network, it's actually both way. Like, every device can generate the data, every device can generate the electron, like electron who carries the data, the carrier, and it can move to any places. So because of that, those who wants to deal with the networking engineering or networking solution, the the problem become very complex. And whenever the problem is very complex, it's really interesting point, or amuse, amusing point for the researcher to deal with, because the more there is excitement, the more to solve the problem. It's like a game. Okay, so the research and engineering is like a game. So the researcher is doing the research because ultimately it will give you some enjoyment. Okay, so if there is some problem, some complex things, there is that the enjoyments are there. Okay, so I feel that way. Okay, so in the communication network, whenever we are connecting 100 people, that means 100 permutation combinations are there. So it's a another kind of world. Okay, so think about Facebook. It's huge. Okay, huge kind of things. And like okay, I'll talk a little bit of those things. And over there I showed you that the basic things are connected with these devices. Like any computing devices can be network end system, and those computing devices is known as end system from the graph theory. And the links are can be fiber optic, copper wire, RJ45 coaxial. Then the wireless radio satellite can be used, and we use the routers and switches. So router will route the signals in our home. We have the router, and switches will switch between the or among the devices. Okay, data. And there is another cheap device called hub that is also there. Okay, so these are the things we know. Then we know that what is computer network, that any computing device, two or more computing devices, if it is connected each other for communicating and sharing, can create the network. And sometimes we call this is the example of the internet, when the many kind of network can connect each other. So this is actually the internet. Then we use, like, whenever this complex. Okay, whenever like the Facebook is not Facebook, whenever you communicate each other over the internet, it follows some rules that you have to log in. Then you have to go to your like home. Then if you want to share, you have to find out whom to share. So there are some protocols, some standards, some rules through which the all the devices should be connected, all the data should be connected, and those things is are known as protocols. So whenever there is a rules and protocols, those rules should be preserved, or those rules should be observed by some authority. And IEEE and others kind of authorities are there, so to make the standard of the internet, so that the every community, every country can follow. Even their own rules are different, but in the internet they have to follow the same kind, similar kind of or same kind of rules. So this is actually we have studied last class. And also we know this kind of pictures, the cables, NIC, network interface card, then router, many kind of router switches, and so on. We know these things. We also know this was our last slide. So we know about the internet age. I told you that age means sometimes we use end age. So aging means the last devices. We have to think about end to end. So sometimes we call this one as end to end communication. So from this device to another device. So this end to end communication is main factor for the communication engineer. Okay, so how I can give a sophisticated engineering so that every one of you here, 113 including me, can communicate each other. Okay, very perfectly, very efficiently. Okay, so you can hear my voice, you can see me, so perfectly. So this is actually the main job for the communication engineers. And this should be like the main objective of an engineer should be give a low cost solution. So we or our community or the like electrical communication, networking, or data communication engineers or designers, they are working hard day and night to give a very sophisticated tools to everyone, to the common people. Okay, so engineers are not a huge like a huge amount of engineers are there, but we are working hard to satisfy all the community. So think about the 107 like 7 million people. So now like 700 crore around people in the whole world. So think about them, that now we can communicate or connect them together. Okay, so these are our last classes. I believe that you understood all of them perfectly. So now I just want to say that whatever you have learned, I just wrote everything, that component of the computer network should be two or more computers, whatever we learned. Then cables or links between the computers, whatever we learned. Then a network interface card. Okay, so maybe you may have device, but you may not have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or any network interface things. Okay, you may have computing device. So for the computing device in the like market, you can buy laptop. So for laptop the purpose may be for computing power. Okay, but to make it as a network device, you need a network interface things. Okay, so network software and normal software is totally different. So because of that, I am just using another, like, we need different kind of hardware for computer. So any computer is, it's okay, but we need network interface card or network hardware, separate hardware. That means Wi-Fi, or what a kind of, we said that modems, other things. These things we need extra to make our device capable of, or in line with the network. So this is one thing. Then we need the switches and routers. Okay, maybe even in your home, if you don't need router, if you use only one device from the socket on the wall, so that time you don't need router. But for the ISPs and other that who provide the internet, they need the routers and other things. So router switches are also very important. Okay, so this is the thing. And then overall we need some software. Okay, software means we are giving some hardwares, but in between we also need some software. We call this one as network application. I'll talk about this kind of network application as well. That we have port, we have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, but we need to know how to use those Bluetooth and software things. Okay, and hardware devices. So this is very important, that all of your software inside your desktop or laptop are not network software. Okay, so this is the case. So what are the network software? I'll discuss those things, but just try to know that the application of network. Okay, so it's not network software, rather than think that why we need the application, why we need the network to utilize some application, digital application. So one of the digital application is sharing of resources as a such as printer. Okay, so for your office or for your like university, so we will not buy one, maybe we'll buy one computer for each, but maybe we'll not buy one printer for each. Okay, this is because the printer will not use every day. Okay, printer may be used like often. So because of that, maybe for 100 people we need one printer. So that printer can be shared through the network. This is one of the best example to resource sharing of our items. Okay, otherwise we have to buy the printer for everyone. Okay, if you don't have the networking ability. Okay, so sharing expensive software and database. Think about not the pirated one. Think about MATLAB. Think about Cadence. Think about other kind of very high, like expensive software. Okay, so in our Bangladesh, maybe we are not buying that much like expensive software. We are using the open source or other low cost one. But think about even the real software, like as I told you, that the MATLAB and other thing is really costly. We need like more than 30 lakh taka for one license, 1 year license. So it's not consumable for any normal consumer. So during that time, we can have the server software, then other can get the service from there. Okay, communication from one computer to another computer. This is the thing that we can message each other, okay? So we don't have to pay the money for the telecommunication things. Exchange of data and information among user via network, the similar kind of thing. Data information, okay? This is communication by internet, like the computer. That means one computer can communicate to another computer. That means email can be sent automatically from one computer to another computer, or one computer can send a link to another computer. But here the data information can be shared from anyone, and the sharing of the information over geographical area. So we can send the data instantly from one place here in Bangladesh to America instantly. Okay, so this is the cases. I am not asking you to write down this application, because we are using these things, we are using all the things. So because of that, whatever I am showing in this slide is known to you, and I believe you don't have to remember, or I don't have I have to force you to write down the things. Okay, so I believe that this is okay. Is it clear? Can I proceed? Thank you. So I believe that it's clear. So now should I proceed with my face here? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Because previously somehow I can make this one. Somehow somebody said that it's not clear, and because of that I have to share my scene over there. Share my screen. Okay, something. Share my like a screen, then talk. If it is okay, then I can talk this way. Is it okay? Everyone, I agree. Raise my hand. I agree. No comment. Agree. No comment. Okay. So let's see. I'll do all the things like this way. Okay. So from here you have to write down some applications. So as I told you, that application means these are the application. Try to write. These are the application from your your side. So what we actually want to now, what I actually want to say, that that the network application. Okay, so what is network application? An application in one computer across a network, like, can communicate with another application running another computer. So this is the case, that if we have two devices, what is my analysis? If we have two devices, actually the devices are dumb. I told you that we said that this is the smart devices, but devices are dumb. So whenever we have two devices, actually we need to give them the ability to talk. So how we'll give them the ability to talk? By this kind of network application. Okay, so network applications are such that we can give them the ability to talk. So network services are provided by application software. Okay, so think about your Zoom, think about your Facebook, think about your emails, file sharing, that means Google Drive, web browser. Okay, so these are the application of the network. So please write down these names. And the normal software, like, to utilize these things, actually most of the cases you have to utilize Internet Explorer. See, Windows Explorer and Internet Explorer, or file browser and Internet file browser, are totally different. So to use the Internet file browser, you need some pipeline. Okay, some pipeline from your, just think about some pipeline from your home to connect to another home. Okay, so that pipeline should be there, so otherwise it cannot be. Okay, so some, like, it looks like that you are working within your home. Okay, you have so many doors, you have so many rooms, and you can talk each other. You open one door and talk each other, no problem. So in your computer, Windows computer, you have several softwares you can open and close, no problem, you know each other. But whenever you want to talk to outsider, that time is because outside the door is not open every time. Okay, your main door is always closed, so there should be one like guard or somebody like the outsider door should be connected to another person outside the door, and they will ask you that who are you. Without permission, you will not allow them to move inside your like a personal room. Okay, so this is actually the main thing happen whenever we are talking about the networking. So network software and non-network software is not the same way they work. Okay, so each application offers a specific service. That means email software will have the specific service, because this is something else. It's not like that Windows will do everything. Over there is software should have to do specific job because it's outsider. So we have to know that who will make some chaos, who will make some like if there is some odd thing happen, we'll close that software. Okay, so because of that, each offer a specific service, and with its own form of user interface, Google, then the Zoom, then other things are there. But all application can communicate over a single shared network. That means we have one internet connection. We have one internet connection from Bangladesh. Think about the submarine cable. We have one submarine cable through the Bay of Bengal. Whole Bangladesh, the 17 crore people can communicate over there with different application, with different interface. This is the things I want to write. Is it clear? So just if you have any question, because these are the concept you have to think, because this is really something you have to realize. Okay, because we are using, so sometime it will be very good if you can just connect your uh, application, day-to-day application, and just ask yourself this question and try to connect. It will be very easier for you to even understand, and you even do not need to memorize these things. Forget about the exam of this data communication and networking. Please believe me, just think, these are the application you need to know to live in the next gen, even after the pandemic. You have to know these things. So think, this my class are the tutorial class for the new normal after the pandemic. Okay, so just try to connect. Sometime I said that why you need to know these things, because of the family structure nowadays. Because maybe before, whenever our grandfather's era was there, that time many my uncles and the grandfather, they have the many siblings. Okay, so from one family there are many engineers, many doctors, many lawyers are there. But nowadays the siblings are limited. In one family maybe we have very small. In my case, I have like we are three brother and sister. My elder brother is an architect. My sister is doctor. I am an engineer. So anything happen in my home related to health, they ask my sister, even after the diarrhea. Okay, so taking the saline, and anything happen engineering side, any physics things, engineering things, they call me. Even to fix the light, even to change the battery, they call me. Okay, because they know that they give me the power, because I am the engineer. So believe me, even in your home, next time the television and all the devices will be network connected devices, you can see that I saw some advertisement that in the air condition they use voice command. Okay, the air condition, please slow down. The ridiculous application. I don't know that why I need the voice command for the air condition. Then maybe in the in the living room, everybody will say that 24, 23, 26, and the device will die in 1 second. Okay, just remember this kind of question, that how network works, will be asked by your mom, by your dad, by your sister, and others. Because You are engineer. Nobody will care that whether you know it or not. They pretend that this answer should come from you. That this device, how the Wi-Fi works, how the Bluetooth works, why I cannot share my photo, why there is no Wi-Fi link here. Nobody will think that there is some trouble. They'll think that you have to answer. So this is the case that in this course, maybe I have several slides. Please make yourself satisfied so that you can answer your surrounding community. I feel that I could explain myself. I'll take this class like that way. No need to think these are not question. These are the query for the feedback query for yourself. Ask this question from this slide, whether you understood this slide or not, so that you can throw this slide. You don't have to think about this one, okay, anymore, anytime, okay? So these are the query from this slide. This is not connected to it anytime, okay? Maybe after finishing this, maybe whatever I believe last semester, they answer 150 queries each and every slide, and they feel very satisfied, okay? So this is the case. I believe that you understood. So in this case, whatever we have already learned before, I showed you several things from my these slides, that how the communication works and other things, okay? So today as well, I want to say regarding the data communication, okay? So data communication things already we know. That data communication refers to the study of low level mechanism. That means we have to think about the low level things, think about the 0 1, okay? And 0 1 means -5 +5. Do not forget this one. And 0 1 means a definition called digital. They call this one because we want to translate this state of the device, low level device, into state, and to define those two state, we call this one as digital communication, okay? Okay, digital communication for those. And we use transistor, because of that we have +5 -5, okay? So this is actually data communication means low level mechanism and technology used to I have to erase. So used to send information across physical communication media. That means this 0 0 5 0 5 like +5 -5 volt of electrons, +5 -5, whatever volt we have to send. The volt means across the resistor we will have the volt, but it should be the flow of electron, okay? So reverse is current, and current will be over there, okay? So we can have the storage something. So you know these things, okay? Please remember the way you can explain yourself, okay? So each of the electron will carry the information, and that one we have to know. So this is data communication, such as like through where we have to, the low level means through the wire, through the radio wave or light beam. These three kind of things we use. So wire means is connected, okay? And radio, RF, okay, that means Wi-Fi or any antenna or Bluetooth, they use RF. Then light beam means infrared, the mobile, the AC remotes, okay? So these are the light beams, okay? So the IR, okay, infrared. So these are the communication things. I want to ask that how does the communication work, like with the low level things, the electrons. So whatever you feel, write down in one sentence. Do not write anything, one sentence, or just write down the keywords is enough. So those feedback is not for me, those feedbacks is for yourself, so that you don't have to read this page number 18 anymore in your whole life, okay? So data communication focuses on the way the use of physical phenomena to transform information, okay? We know this thing. The subject may only seem useful for engineers who design low-level transmission facility. This subject is useful. This subject is like the interesting enjoyment for the engineers. Who designed the low-level transmission facility? The device engineers. This is our subject, okay? So we love this subject, okay? However, we will see that the several key concepts that arise from the data communication influence the design of many protocols. Yes, I said that there will be so many softwares. The hardware will not work without the softwares, but how the software will build depending upon our hardware. Okay, so we'll create some facility so that the protocol can be made. That means we'll say the Bluetooth should work this way. So you have to send the data by pairing. So I give them the options. Now the software engineer, they make the pairing things. For the Wi-Fi, you have to log in with some IP address. Okay. So I give that option in my Wi-Fi device. Now they make the protocol for that and make so many softwares and say that please log in again, log in again. That is their job. But we give the options. Okay. So this is our engineering things. I'll go a little bit faster. Sorry, now maybe I have to finish faster. So data communication provide a fundamental concept. So we are using data communication. This is our engineering things, but the fundamental concept on which rest of the networking is built. This is actually our world, our word. Okay, that means without data communication, the networking. That means if this is the hidden word. Okay, if any computer engineer said that the network is ours, please be quiet. Network is whom we know. If there is no device, they cannot build a network. So whenever they will say that network is there, please switch off the devices and ask them to build the network. So no need to be very much like do anything else. Be calm and quiet and see the game, because the fundamental is built by ourselves. Okay, so feel proud. The whole network, whole communication system, whole things, of course we give credit to the software, but the rest, I said the rest of the network is built. Okay, the rest thing, the foundation concept is data communication. Okay, so please write down this one. Why data communication is important? Data communication provide the foundation, the basic, okay, on which the network is built. I believe I can proceed. Sorry, sometimes I feel excited because I own this word. I don't know if I should not be so much excited during my class, but I really want to be one of you, and I want to enjoy this word. This is, I wrote this word, and I feel that this is my thing. Okay, and because of that, I am also becoming like excited. Okay, so next one is okay, the question is there. Okay, so just check the packet switching and network thing. Okay, so what is circuit switching? I said the packet switching, but here I wrote something about the circuit switching. Okay, so before, like whenever we have the packet switching concept realized that data communication, before that we have the telegraph and telephone. I told you that maybe from Tesla, then Alexander Graham Bell, and so on, we have that communication links. Like we have the network, the electrical network, and through that we can like send the data by telephone, telegraph, and you know the Morse code and other things are there. So during that time, actually we use a circuit switching. So what is circuit switching? What is switching? Switching means on off, no? On off. So if you have in your home, sorry, now I am trying to drawing here because I am too tired today also. So if you want to, in your home, if you have two switch means what? So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, and if you want to send the data, because all the electron phase is connected here. So now, and the ground is over there. Just think the ground is over there. Okay, so everywhere we have the ground. This is ground. Okay, so just forget my picture. Okay, so ground is over there, and this is plus, this is minus. Okay, so now if I switch on this one, maybe one will be on, and electron will light this light, light this light. So switching means I am giving some preference to one of the device, Okay, so if I switch four of them, I can give the preference of all the four. Okay, so this is actually called switching. So now in the internet, I am now connecting with 121 people. That means I have to make the circuit. Okay, what is circuit? Circuit means you and me. Circuit means you and me. You means individual you. Okay, here circuit means this you and me. Okay, so 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. So each and every device, they feel that I am dedicated person, I am dedicated, I am dedicated, I am dedicated. So we, whenever we are thinking about the network, we need dedicated circuit. Okay, this is the case. So whenever we want to talk through the landline, that time we have to use a dedicated circuit, dedicated line. Here one person, here another person. We make that connection, they can talk. If you connect, disconnect, then another person will get the connections. So this is the case. We need the dedicated connection, and it's called circuit switching. Okay, so this is actually circuit switching, where we need a physical pair of wire between two parties to form a dedicated connection. This is actually circuit. We need the circuit, dedicated circuit. Now if we have more than one people, then we need to use switching. Okay, so if you have more people but one line, then what happened? So if one person talk now, then he has to stop, then another person will get chance, something like that. Okay, only one person will can get chance through that. So this is the case. This is the actually circuit switching. I'll discuss later, but here I cannot stop myself to draw. Okay, so although the mechanical connection of wire become replaced by circuit switching, that means whatever I said, that here like from the communication engineer, telecommunication engineering or communication engineering 1 2 3. So if you have three, so you know that the mechanical device, previously we have to connect the mechanically. So you can see that whenever we are talking about the microphone jack over here, that mobile phone does not have microphone jack. I have two devices, both of the microphone jack. That time so many people said that we have the history of microphone jack, and see the history of the microphone jack. What happened, like during the early history, whenever the telecommunication was there, there was one exchange. We call someone as in the exchange, and they actually changed the circuit switching, okay, with the microphone jack. Okay, so if one want to talk to another person, they take the switch from here and put it there with the microphone jack and put it there. So that jack was very straightforward. Okay, so here the form a circuit and send the information across the circuit. I want to show some picture over there as well. Okay, so this is actually the case, circuit switching. Okay, so I'll show the circuit switching thing as well later on. Okay, but try to know, if you use the circuit switching, this kind of telegraph telephone switching in the internet, and think about yourself, 121 people, and I am hearing ting tong every time, because somebody is connecting, disconnecting. This will not be an efficient mechanism for the internet or this kind of telecommunication with huge number of people. And because of that, new kind of switching is came, and this is known as packet switching. So some of the feature of the packet switchings are, just see here. So this is actually the new kind of thing. We do not use the circuit switching for our purpose. Maybe the circuit switching is used for dedicated connection, for prime minister wants to talk to like home minister, something like that, dedicated connection I need. So that time maybe the circuit switching is enough. But other cases, we need the packet switching. Without the packet switching, the internet cannot be evolved. Okay, so these are case. Some of the features I want to go a little bit faster. Okay, brother, sister. So it provides the basis for the modern internet. So whatever I said, packet switching allow multiple users to share the network. We know these things, everything we know. Okay, packet switching device data into some blocks or packets. Okay, I'll discuss this thing later. Just try to know the keywords: blocks, packets, block, packets. So exactly think, now it's 4 o'clock. What things in your mind now? The iftari packets, okay, the food packets, we are thinking about that. Okay, so think the connect with the packets. The each of the foods will make the full table, and each of the packages arrived over there. So packet switching means the data should be divided for whole packet. Okay, so this is the small block and packets. It include the identification of intended recipient of each packet. So whenever the packets will come, there should be look like envelope, exactly look like any kind of envelope. My all envelopes are there. So just think that it should be like an envelope, and on top of each of the envelope, you have to write down the addresses to whom it is coming and to whom it will move. Okay, so these kind of things we need for any kind of packet. So you don't have to learn, just know the keywords. Please write down the keywords. Even you don't have to write down the like sentences. Write down the keywords. The basis of internet: allow, share the network, divide, like a block and packet, has identification, has ID, and through the network each have information about how to reach each possible destination. Okay? So this is the case. This is the case. We will use the packet switching. Please believe me, some of the topics, some of the things are over your head. Please stay with me. In your next one, even after the Eid vacation, we'll use 1 month maybe for packet switching things. Okay, I'll utilize this thing throughout the whole class. Okay, so even a single person do not understand packet switching, at the end of the semester, I'll not finish the course. I'll take the extra class. So believe me, do not feel anything. Just go with me. Just know the term that we have to know these things. So try to write down the things. So somebody has some question. Somebody has some question. I don't know. Okay, I'll ask anything you have or not. Okay. Today I'm too tired. I don't know. I feel very thirsty. You have some question? Please ask me.
Yes, sir. Can you please go to the previous slide and show the question number 12?
Oh, you want to see the question number 12, or you have some question?
No, sir. I missed the question number 12.
Okay, ask this. If you miss, not, this is not question, this is the query. Actually, I am asking the query instead of you. Okay, so this query, if you miss, ask me after the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now the question is how we can share the same link to several persons. This is the main question now. The simultaneous transmission of several signals. I believe already you know these things. Can anyone say, tell me, how we can utilize the simultaneous signals? I'll make some repetition over here because this is my slide I use in my telecommunication classes. So I'll show you two technologies. But can anyone tell me? Be with me. Can anyone tell me the technology?
So modulation.
Modulation, then?
Is it the TDM, FDM? TDM, yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. That is FDM not modulation. TDM, yes, rather than we can say the multiplexing thing. Okay?
Multiplexing, yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll use the multiplexing things for our purpose. Okay, so there can be two kind of multiplexing. One is FDM, another one is TDM. Okay, so I'll go very straightforward. This is my, I told you that this is my slide. I know each one of them. So if you cannot understand, please ask me. Otherwise, I'll go very straightforward. In frequency division multiplexing, in the next slide, I'll show what is happening. We can use various audio signal, okay, or this is actually audio means analog signal to modulate different carrier frequency. So in frequency division multiplexing, we have several frequencies. Okay, fantastic. Thus the translating each signal to a different frequency range. Okay, so if we want to talk in a single line, so everybody has, okay, so let me talk all the things in the next slide. Okay, because you know that for human being, what happened for human being, I cannot stop explaining. Okay, so for human being, we can talk between 4 to 4 kilohertz level. So this is the level. Sometimes we said that even 3 to 3 kilohertz. Forget about my handwriting. So this is the level in between we are talking. So now if I talk, and if 124 people wants to talk, everybody's voice levels are within this level, within this frequency. So that time, now I am talking, nobody, I stop everyone, I muted everyone. Because of that, my voice become very important, and I have the dedicated line to each of you. I can use 4 to 4 kilohertz. This is 4 to 4 kilohertz. Okay, so something low to high kilohertz. So for you to transmit my voice from one place to another place. Okay, now if I allow all of you, it will be chaos, it will be noise. My voice become noise that time. Okay, so we want to use something else. We want to use the carrier frequency. So we want to use different kind of carrier frequency. Okay, so those carrier frequency will be far apart. So some carrier frequency will be 88.0, someone will be 89.6, someone will be 94.0. What I wrote, Radio Footy, Radio ABC, and something Radio Today. Okay, I heard this thing during my travel in the car. Okay, so this is actually FM band, and we have some frequency, and in this frequency something else, because the sufficient like apart is there, sufficient apart is there, because these are in megahertz level, megahertz. So 1 megahertz level aparts are there. Okay, so we cannot hear each of them. At the receiver end, we have the tune such a way that we can hear them clearly, and this is actually called FM. And here the bandwidth, channel is shared various signal without any overlapping. Okay, otherwise it will be overlap all the signals with 4 kilohertz. Just think what happened. Think this FDM is nothing but like 4-story building. Okay, 4-story building. So 4 level. It will be better 4-story building. Okay, just think this is 4-story building. So each one step we can move each of the like level by lift. Okay, elevator. Okay, we have only one elevator, and if you want to hear one music, you can stop only one level at a time, because elevator can stop in one level at a time. Okay, so in telecommunication, okay, so FDM, I have, this is 4 to 4 kilohertz. This is also 4 to 4 kilohertz. 4 to 4 kilohertz. 4 to 4 kilohertz. Okay, so in ground floor, maybe iBus2 is singing. In second floor, maybe James is singing. Okay, in third floor, maybe Michael Jackson is singing. Okay, and in fourth floor, I am giving the lecture. So if you want to hear music of iBus2, you have to be in ground floor, and you can that time hear the 4 to 4 kilohertz. If you want to be in like frequency, like if you want to hear my voice, you have to come to that level and hear my voice. Okay, so you hear that voice, and because of that, maybe fourth level means 96 megahertz, and this is 88 megahertz. So if you want to hear my voice, you have to tune. So you have to take your elevator to 96 megahertz, then you can hear my voice. Okay, if you want to hear Aib Bachchu's voice, singer, move to the 88 and you can hear this voice. And I told you before, this is the carrier signal should be very high frequency. Okay, just think that this is the carrier signal and my voices are there. Okay, my voices are there, and you can use the eraser. So whenever we receive the data, actually we erase the carrier signal. So if you erase the carrier signal, what left? Only my voice are left. This is actually what happened in the modulation, whatever modulation you have read. So maybe this is the way I used to teach during my like communication engineering slides. Okay, so I said that this is actually FM and the radio and other things. Okay, so the things are going this way, and I believe you understood. Please, I have to move a little bit faster. Sorry, I have to move a little bit faster. I believe you understood. Thank you. So next one is nothing but the time division multiplexing. Okay, for time division, actually we need some prerequisite. So prerequisite means each of the signal must be digital. So in time division TDM, the prerequisite is it should be digital. Okay, maybe this one or minus whatever. Okay, it should be digital train far apart from each of them, so I can see each of the signal. Okay, and we call this one as pulse train or PCM, pulse code modulation. Okay, we know the PCM from digital communication, and the pulse should be very narrower. There should be some gap, so gap between. Okay, so whenever these things are there, and there should be some pulse left in between. So if I have, so what I want to say, that I have to draw. I am very hungry. Okay, so this is my pulse, this is my pulse, this is my pulse. Okay, so just think this is user one, and user one. This is my pulse. I left some spaces in between my pulses. Okay, so how it can be possible? Because pulse code modulation in the digital, actually the multiplexing happen in a very high frequency. So very high frequency means more than 0.1 second, more than 0.1 second. Okay, why I use 0.1 second? I don't ask the question. It is 1/10 of the second. And you know, from the human limitation, we cannot recognize, we cannot hear anything if the frequency is more than 0.1 second. Okay, so this is the limitation of the human brain. And the engineer, the sophisticated, oh, I love the sophisticated engineer, use this limitation of the human brain, and they use that whatever we'll do everything faster than 0.1 second. Okay, so if my signals is within 0.1 second, in between I'll utilize another one signal, and to them there are two people, 1 and 2. So 1 is talking to 3 and 2 is talking to 4. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so this 1 and 3, they send the data these and this. Okay, these data are for 1 and 3, and 2 and 4 sending the data for this. Okay, so because if the switching is so speedy, our brain cannot recognize, so we'll do the switching in between. Okay, so this is actually the case for time division multiplexing. Okay, so in the time division multiplexing, we use same channel. The carrier is not 4, rather than same carrier. So carrier is now in the ground floor carrier, only one 88.0. Okay, whatever. Okay, this is my carrier, but whenever we want to send the data, we are sending the data this way, all the blue. So we place the blue line in such a way it will be within 0.1 second. Then the green. Okay, so the green user, whenever they talk, all the green will come here. When the blue will talk, all the blue will come here, though I am writing in red. Okay, so all the blue will come here. So whenever you want to hear, actually you will not hear only the electron, rather than there will be some buffer. So there will be some bucket, so you'll get the buffer here. So 100 blue data will be there, then they will recreate your voice, then you can hear. Okay, so those recreation and sending and everything should be within 0.1 second, and you will be amazed, because all the things in now happening in microsecond or in sometime nanosecond. You cannot even believe. Even I saw in the Grameenphone, for our telephone, they use 256 multiplexing. That means 256 connection in 1 second. 256 user in 1 second. This is something for the voice, and for the data it can be more. Okay, so this is actually time division multiplexing. I believe that you understood, because I have to go a little bit faster. I'm really sorry, I have to finish, because I'll go very fast, because these things I'll repeat it again. I'm extremely sorry, please allow me. You have one question, don't ask me that repeat the slide, rather than ask me really some query from your heart.
Sir, in the frequency division multiplexing, how does the device actually recognize the frequency? Suppose I want to send a message in a certain frequency, then how the device in the other end is supposed to detect that?
Okay, so can anyone answer this? Can anyone answer this?
Yes, sir. We learned about the RLC circuit. There, if I tune the capacitor in a perfect way, that will be creating the resonance. It will actually pass. I mean, the filter, kind of filter. It will pass the perfect frequency, and the other frequencies will be blocked. So, by tuning by changing the capacitor, I can change the filter configuration and selectively listen to certain frequencies and block the other frequencies.
So 139 is Saki by guess. Okay, so yes, something like that. I believe that you get some of the questions, something like that. What happened? Like, this carrier frequency is known to everyone. 88.0 is Radio Furti, is known to all of you in the whole world. Okay, this is known to all. So whenever I use a carrier signal, I use like 88.8. Okay, and the user also know that I have to tune this 88. So this is a case that you said that how the user will know, because I am using carrier signal. I know the carrier frequency. So carrier frequency this is fixed. So Grameenphone carrier frequency is fixed. The Banglalink carrier frequency is fixed. All the devices carrier frequency are fixed. Even the Wi-Fi has the carrier frequency. Those are the fixed things. 2.4 gigahertz, the carrier frequency of the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Okay, so who asked the question? Did you get that all the things known to each other?
Yes, sir. Sir, I thought that initially they don't know each other.
No. It should be known each other, and because of that, you have the remote control. Without that thing, you don't have the remote control. Remote control means you tune your television such a way that you can watch those things, and afterwards, you can, like, each of the television they have to buy that frequency from the authority. The Grameenphone has to buy the frequency from Bangladesh authority by, can you imagine? Can I tell the price? It is more than 3,000 crore taka for 1 year frequency. 3,000 crore taka. 3,000 koti taka. Okay. And do you know how Grameenphone profit?
Yes, sir. We make calls, sir.
We made calls, and
I have internet packs.
Yes, I have the 3,000 crore for one single frequency. Okay, and Grameenphone make profit in 2019. around 9 crore taka. Can you get? So 9 crore profit. Maybe that,
Yes, sir.
so this is the case that we people, yeah, or you can be okay. So whatever Sakib also said, that we have two kind of um, filters. I use the tuning filters. So we have low frequency filter. Low frequency filter means there will be some boundary, will allow any signal lower than this. Another filter is known as high filter. Okay, will attenuate anything like higher than this. Okay, so attenuate anything higher than this. Okay, so we will allow anything over here, and this one will allow anything over here, will attenuate all the things lower. Okay, so if you use like 1, that means I'll allow anything above 1, anything till infinity above 1. Okay, and here if I say 100, so from 0 to 100 anything I'll allow, and from 100 to infinity I'll not allow. So this is low pass and this is high pass. So now if you use a low pass here, this is low pass, and if you use a high pass here, sorry. If we use a high pass here, that time we call this level as band pass. Okay,
Band pass.
so I will not allow anything here, I will not allow anything here. Okay, I will allow anything lower than this, I'll allow anything higher than this. Okay, we call this one as 88 point something. Okay, if you use 88.1 to 4. Okay, so if you tune radio 40, then you can hear that from 0 to 4 you can hear some noises as well. Okay, so they give some spaces. So these are the communication things, but this is not my class. I have to go for another cases. I don't know that. Please allow me, because I will not take the next class. Allow me another 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, so I'll go very fast how the circuit switching is going on. I am going faster. If you have any question, I'll do the repeating thing even after the Eid, but I want to give, because during this Eid I want to give some seat for thinking for yourself. Please think. Okay, so this is the traditional circuit switching. If I want to call from here Dhaka to Khulna, I need to make a dedicated connection. Okay, dedicated connection, establish a circuit. So I have to have a established circuit. These are the nothing but the switch, though it is not manual. Now this is automatic, but I have to make a switch from Dhaka to Khulna switch, then Khulna switch to particular consumer. Okay, particular caller. Okay, so this is the case. Then the communicate, then close the circuit. We have to close the circuit, otherwise other person cannot use this circuit. Whenever I'll talk, nobody can use this. So whenever I'll talk, there will be busy signal. I don't know that whether in your home you use the landline or not, but there was I used the similar kind of landline things in my childhood as well. Okay, okay, so as well. So this is the case. This is a timeline that whenever I call, this is establishment of the call, then in the exchange we need some propagation time, then another exchange we need another propagation time. This is a timeline. Then we made the call in the caller, then the ringing is time, cring is there. Whenever caller take the phone on, so this is on, so the phone was made such a way there are switch. Okay, so two phone ons, that time they can communicate data. So first they put off, then another person off, means I close the circuit. I believe the circuit switching is clear to you. This is very straightforward.
Yes, sir, circuit switching is clear.
Yes. So this is the circuit. But even in the packet switching, don't think that we don't have the circuit. The packet switching, we will have the circuit, but we use some brilliant technology. Okay, so in the circuit switching, though we have the dedicated line, nowadays we can utilize one communication connection, but we can use the TDM as well. Okay, so this red line, green line, and blue line have the slot. Okay, and I told you that it was very fast, and because of that the same connection is shared such a way that we can utilize, okay? Same connections shared that way. So in TDM can be used sometimes. So in your home, if several computer is connected by one cable, they will can be used by TDM as well, okay? By this way. And we have slower, but need some synchronization. That means 0 should be need 0, like red should be connected to red. So we have to know the timing. So this is actually circuit switching and TDM, okay? But in the packet switching, something happened, okay? So I just give some idea that in the packet switching, there is no there is no sequence. So here it should be 0 1 2 3 4 0 1 2 3 4 something, some same sequence should be there, okay? Same pattern. But in packet switching, there is no pattern, okay? So in the packet switching, communication should be shared, but in a sophisticated manner, okay? Communication should be shared. Messages are divided some packets, okay? So my packets are now, we are not using some dedicated line. We'll give one line, I said that please move, okay? So we'll number the packet, then deliver the packet with some routers, okay? Devices, some routers. So the router will give the route and use the direct packets between the network, okay? So how packets works, something, just think, today we'll have a virtual iftar party, okay? Bleep, okay? Think we have a virtual iftar party. We ordered Halim, okay? From, because we have 122 students now, and we ordered Halim, okay, Halim from Mama Halim, okay? Halim, okay? But that Halim, Mama Halim has several branches, because from one branch 121 people cannot be accommodated, okay? Or like they cannot make those things because each of them has some limitation, okay? So Mama Halim packed each of the packet from, like from in Dhanmondi, maybe in Bailey Road, maybe in Uttara, and we are living, just think, I am living in IUT, okay? So from in IUT, all the packets should come from different way. So from like they call Uber, okay? So future Uber, so some Uber can send the Mama Halim by drone, some can use van, some can use rickshaw, some can use like microbus, whatever vehicle. They give the each of the packet a number, each of the packet the destination, and said that move, move, move. So at the gate of the IoT, so they collect maybe number 10 or number 100, maybe 100 packets are 122 number packets arrive first, okay? But we'll say that this is the one packet of 122 and number 122, okay? Then second packet came, I said that this is the second packet, but number is this way, okay? So we collect all the packets from different way. We use different communication link, okay? And faster communication link, maybe some links is fiber optic, some link is satellite, some link is maybe mobile communication, but the packet came at the doorstep several way. But we have the mechanism, we count the packet and receive. So because of that, we are sending the data, the packet will move very different way, but they know what to do. So packet will not open anytime, they move different way. So packet 2 came earlier, packet 3 came later, packet 1 came the last, but whenever we receive, we rearrange all the things such a way that this is actually the packet switching thing. So what is packet? Packet means division of the message, just right in a fixed place. So whenever your computers write a show that 1 kbps, okay, 100 kbps, 1 mbps means the packet size. Each second they can send 1 mbps. If it is very, very low, like very low kbps, that means your video will not move. So for video, I need some mbps, big packet, okay? Otherwise, I cannot accommodate. So this is the case. And each of the packet, I'll not explain in detail. Each of the packet has header and the data. So we have the last question over there. So each of the packet has header, exactly like the envelope, and all the data. So with the header, we know who will get. So each of the data can move several nodes, and each of the node can store the data and forward next to the network with the address. Okay, I'll discuss this thing very perfectly. Okay, so I will ask, I'm extremely sorry for my delayed things. I will ask the delay thing from this. Okay, from this slide I'll explain everything later because the multiplexing is happening, but over there at least some disadvantage is there. This is called delay. I'll explain everything later, but just write down we have 4 kind of delay, because in the circuit switching we don't have any delay, dedicated line. But over here, because of the queue, okay, and router is have 1, so 1 Mbps. I said that my router can handle 1 Mbps. Router can handle 100 Mbps. If one user is there, they will get 100 Mbps. But if 100 user is there, 100 user will get shared Mbps. Okay, so this is the little bit of disadvantage for packet switching, and because of that we are getting not dedicated connection even for our Zoom. So variable delay, and variable delay means queuing delay is there, propagation delay. Queuing delay is over here, propagation delay is from this to propagate. I'll explain later. Just know that propagation delay is there, then transmission delay is there. Afterwards, after receiving, we have to process. So previously in electrical engineering, propagation delay and transmission delays are same, but over here propagation delays are exactly similar to the propagation, because from the modem, like you have to, sometime if you use fiber optic or if you use wireless, you have to convert your electron to wireless things or electron to fiber optic. So that propagation is needed. Afterwards, through the fiber optic, we have the transmission, and processing means after getting. So this is actually the things. If anything happen, if the delays are not accumulated, we have the data loss. This is the case. So maybe these are the things I have discussed, that from host A to host D we can use several route to transmit the data, whatever I said. Packets are flow, may not follow the same path, but packet may reorder. Okay, reorder. So I'll not discuss this thing today because of the time variation, but just try to know that in the circuit switching we have the guaranteed capacity. Packet switching, no guarantee. For capacity, in the circuit switching is worsted, but it is more efficient. One cable, 100 people. Before sending, establish the path. Here immediately you can send all data in a single flow, one path. Follow only one path. Different packets might have different path. Okay, no reordering, constant delay. Here we can have the reordering things. Okay, so these are the things. And after the class, after the semester, okay, I'll discuss this question as well. Maybe I'll give a self-assessment assignment over there, because these are the very fantastic question. These are my question. Okay, that what should a destination be identified? How can a sender find identification destination? How large a packet should be? What a network, how a network recognize end and packet? How a network recognize the beginning of the packet? This kind of very basic thing, very interesting question I wrote for myself. I'll ask you to give the answer all together after the semester. I am really thankful all of you for giving me this time, and thank you very much for today's class. I know it's a little bit lengthy, and the Asr prayer time is also there. So if you have any question, please ask me, and please like extremely, like from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for giving me this time. So this assignment is not for now. Okay, this is maybe afterwards. Just think about up to this slide. You have one question, that
Yes,
means
sir.
that 12th slide. I'll give you the 12th slide, but if you have any basic question.
No questions, sir.
Okay,
Thank
if
you.
there is no question, then you may leave as well, because this may be the prayer time. Okay.
Sir,
Yes. Sorry.
sir, can you show me slide 17, please? I want to see the feedback texture.
Yes. Slide 17.
Yes.
Slide 17 is write down some name of the network application, email, transformer, Zoom, Google Drive, whatever come to your mind, please write down those names. Okay. Then the number 10 is how does data communication work? Data communication works in the zero level, low level. Okay. We know that 0 1 0 1 is nothing but the voltage. Okay. The +5 -5. So low level mechanism is there. And why data communication important? Because data communication is the main basic things, and it will establish the foundation of the network. This is 10 and 11 number question. Okay, I give the answer. Question means the query. Number 12, those who ask me, the number 12 is what is circuit switching? Circuit switching means the physical pair of wires between two parties form a dedicated circuit. Okay, so the circuit and the network establishment by circuit is called actually the switching, because we have to make the switching. Try to understand by yourself, write down whatever you understood. Okay, what is the circuit switching in the data communication? I believe that this is 12. Then 13 is write down the feature of the packet switching. Feature means it can be shared, basic things of the model like internet. It can be divided by packets. Identification number will be there like envelope. Then throughout the network, they know where to go, what is my source and what is the destination. These are the features. If you understand, please write down the keywords by yourself. I believe then the 13 is later on packets. What is packet? Packet is if messages are divided into fixed size, that is called packet. Okay, packet. We need router to send the packet. Then we have delay. We have 4 delay: queuing delay, propagation delay, transmission delay, and processing delay. These are the query for today's class. If you understand all of them, maybe it will you understand all. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
You cannot imagine those who are present, my watch is hearing my voice and it answered. I said that is it okay? And it answered that yes, it's okay. I don't know. Okay, so this is really trouble, because the watch and everything is now hearing my voice. And yesterday somebody asked that is our talking very important, it is top secret or not, because if anybody wants to makes you wants to make you fall in some trouble, they can do those things. Because whenever your data are there, everything is recorded, every data is recorded, and there is nothing called delete in the digital communication, though we are deleting. Okay, so yes, I'm coming. So for that reason, maybe we are using very private talk over here, and because of that I asked that may not be, it is here, so many sisters are also there, so it's not, may not be feel to like share in the public. Okay, so because I don't have anything to say, but we will not say, because you know that everything is recorded everywhere. I'll discuss the recording thing, other thing later on, because you know I have 3 daughters in my home and I have to think about their security as well. Okay, so somebody is asking.
What's the question on page number 20, sir?
Page number 20. Thank you very much. Okay, so I feel that I can stop the class. Those who have finished, please leave.
Okay, sir.
And those who wants to stay for the question C, otherwise, is it okay? We can leave. Can you leave?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I am stopping now. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak. Thank you. Please pray for me as well. Okay. Eid Mubarak.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.